So 1 million naira goes to the winner of the Man of the Match award tonight, Tolu. As you can see here, is being given the check, courtesy of the NFF top bosses, all surrounding him to take the pictures. But what a performance this man put up tonight to give us a clutch goal that sealed the victory against a very, very stubborn Rwandan side, a very uh dirty playing Rwandan side. To be honest, they had to park the bus in front of their goalposts. We gave them bus to travel to stadium to play the match. They decided to take this bus and park it in front of their goalposts. Everybody turned into prime defenders. That was exactly what they did. But at the end of the day, Chelle, whom I thought was masterclass tonight, found a way to go around those buses and brought in one of his machines into Tolu, who scored the very important goal. And Tolu, continues to impress for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, having made just 4 appearances in total, official and unofficial. This game was actually his first official, game, and he scored a goal. All the appearances, he scored 2 out of 4 appearances. So, he's actually getting there. Has a very good record so far, so good. But not just him. I mean, the team as a whole, I think that they did really well tonight. They performed really well. Kudos to from goalkeeper Hassan Nwabali. He meant business today. He was serious, except for just one incident where he wanted to commit himself. Because he was angered by the push from the attacker of the Rwandan side, and that would have made him spoil the game for the Super Eagles. He could have gotten a card, maybe even a red card, and then just seal the fate for Nigeria, to maybe lose the game or probably draw, because there's no way we were going to win that game with 10 men. The way that Rwandan team came out, they were so trickish, delaying tactics upon delaying tactics, defending upon defending, slide tackles, blocks upon blocks. We saw a whole lot of blocks to start with. Ademola Lookman had maybe 2 or 3, 4 shots blocked. He should have been in the score sheet, but that was not meant to be. Again, we give kudos to their goalkeeper. That man is always a terror every time they play the Super Eagles. He always turns to prime Buffon when he hears that he's playing Nigeria, and he showed up again today for them. Saved a lot of chances, saved a lot of goals from entering the net. But, Tolu found the back of the net. At the end of the day, if you look at the table, it's really good, at least better than what it was 3 hours ago. Super Eagles climbed into the third position, ousting Rwanda, who were previously in the third position. Now we now have 10 points, uh, you know, uh, total points, and then Benin Republic have 11, South Africa have 16. So the next match, as you know, guys, on the 9th against the top table leaders, South Africa. This match is also a final, just like the one that we played today. So make no mistake, the war is not over, the battle is not over, it's just getting started. And frankly, it will continue to go on until we play the remainder of the qualifying series of the World Cup, because that's what it has now turned out to be. The boys made the mistake. We let go all of the early opportunities that we would have had to, garner all the points, easy points, and like play very freely and, work our way up. Right now, it's on the truth. It's holding us tight on the truth. So every match is a final from here. South African game is going to be even much more intense than this. We know South Africa is a team that would like to show that they are not scared of Nigeria. They'd like to show that they also can come out and play game, just out with Nigeria, head to head, man to man. They want to play possession, play their style, whatever it is. So it's going to be an even bigger trial or bigger test for Nigeria against South Africa. But we need to win that game as well. A must win whatever we have to do, we still need to do that to win that game. Come uh come ninth. And ninth is going to be exactly when. That's probably maybe on Thursday or on Wednesday or thereabout. Well, going to let you guys know, later in the coming days. But just wanted to hear you guys' reaction. What do you think about this game tonight? It was obviously a match filled with emotions. A lot of people really wanted to see us win, and at the end of the day, we won it. But there's still a lot of comments, a lot of talks from the fans here and there. Disappointment and and not really disappointments in the fact that we didn't get the 3 point, but disappointed that we had a lot of people who didn't play. Crisanta Zucchi from the start, people were already pointing fingers. Why should Eric Shaw leave Uche in the bench? Why didn't he start? Why didn't he play Agu? Why didn't he start Jus Ekong and all of that? But if the coach didn't win this match, it would have been a different story entirely. I'm sure some people would be saying, sack him now, and things like that. But for me, I'm having a lot of positives from this game. The coach was a masterclass today. Starting from the formation, we saw him give Benjamin Fredick the opportunity to start his first competitive game ahead of Chus Ekong, and we saw how rock solid this man is. 20 years old, Benjamin Fredick, already cementing his place in the Super Eagles defense line, and we didn't miss Chus Ekong. If you were to be honest, I'm not sure we missed him any in any way. Frederick was so calm, collected, had experience, knew how to run in, run back, knew how to keep the offside trap. He kept it a lot of times, caught a lot of offsides. So great formation. Starting from the match from Coach Eric Shell, and then we saw traditional players that we already knew, not no new faces or things like that. Just except Frederick from the defense, but in the midfield, attacking areas, all of that, we saw a normal traditional formation 4-3-3. Victor Osimhen being the points man, and then Lukman Moses Simon flanking Osimhen. We saw some brilliance from Moses Simon today. To be honest, he brought in a lot of crosses, was working tirelessly for all of the minutes, and for Lukman, we saw how he played a lot of good made a lot of good runnings into the box. Should have scored one or maybe two goals if he was maybe fitter. You can argue that, but again, it showed that he was really committed and intent on helping the team get that victory, and he actually did. Because at the end of the day, the victory is a team's victory, right? Yeah, but I was at some point expecting Samuel Chukwueze, to come in, but good change in the game from Coach Eric Shaw. We were winning 1-0. A lot of pressure from the Rwandan team, who started bringing in a lot of attackers, trying to see how they can uh, muscle one goal in and run away with a draw. Shell started removing attackers and putting in defenders. Dele Bashiru, of course, coming in for Lukman, was a very good change because obviously Dele Bashiru is good defending, but he can also push forward to attack, and he's also he's a stronger player in terms of marking and all of that than Lukman. So he really stabilized the brought him some balance for us, and then we saw Chus Ekong and Osei cementing that defense for us in the final hours of the match. But overall, great team play from our boys, great spirit. Most importantly, because Shell said it, he just wants his boys to bring on the right spirit, the right mentality into the into the match. That was what he begged them to do, and they brought it. Nobody was too cynical. Nobody was too angry or too emotional. Too so much so that they could spoil the match. Stanley almost did that, but thank God he controlled himself. Everyone, told him and listened. They coordinated themselves, got the job done. That was the most important thing. But let me know what you think about it, guys. Next match, ninth of September. South Africa away, also a must-win match, just like this Rwandan game.